I know Dr. Dharmendra Dube since 2001, and from this time I kept relation and contact with him. How I met him for the first time? It was in Ayushakti, one of the biggest hospital of Ayurveda in Mumbai. There they were at least around 50 doctors. Why I selected Dr. Dube? First, maybe something from the heart let me be attracted to him. Second, I assisted him as a doctor. I was a trainer because I was learning Ayurveda in this hospital. And during my assisting to him, I met many people, and I observed a lot of success in his practice. One event I cannot even forget it. When some patient came, I was assisting him. The patient don't know English, and I used to take pulse with him just to train myself to the pulse reading. He told me, see this pulse. I checked the pulse, and he told me the patient was telling that he has cold, and maybe chronic cold. But Dr. Dube told me it is not the main problem. The true problem, this patient has SIDA. I was completely shocked. Dr. Dube prescribed for him test HIV. And 1 week after, the same patient is coming with his analyze and test from the laboratory, which is that it is included and writing that he was HIV positive. How? You know, such a dangerous disease just by pulse, it was my big question. It is one of examples of my assistings with Dr. Dube. That's why my relation with him and also my experience with him encouraged me to bring him to Lebanon. So he came to Lebanon in 2002. It was really a big success. I remember so many persons. Many big and very famous political leaders and spiritual leaders came to take diagnosis and consultation with him. So many stories are there, but just I would like to sit and to tell only two stories. He was taking pulse, and I was always assisting him and to translate, especially to translate to Arabic for patients. I remember one time a lady came, she has a veil on her head, and Dr. Dube take her pulse. He told her, remove this veil, it's not a religious veil. We have no hair on your head. She started to cry because he discovered that she has cancer just by reading her pulse. Other story, we went to some in the mountain, very traditional society. They asked us to go to some house where there is a lady, young lady, she is ill in her bed, and parents, they don't know what happened for her. So I came with Dr. Dube, also for translation, and he take her pulse. We was alone, me, him, and this patient, young lady, and she was unmarried, celibate, and when he took his pulse, he said, "Oh, you had abortion 1 week before." And this young lady start to cry, "Please do not tell anything to my parents. She is unmarried, still single." And she was shocked that just by pulse reading he could discover her main problem. I can tell so many other stories. One time also we went to a very famous spiritual leader, Sheikh Abu Hassan Arif Halawi. He was at this time a very great leader, spiritual leader. So, and I know his secretary, his gross secretary. So we went, it is in Baruch, and we told to the secretary, his name is Sheikh Marwan, please, Dr. Dube is there and he would like to see and to get the blessings of Sheikh Abu Hassan Arif Halawi, and also to check his pulse just for blessings. And the secretary said, "Let us test him." They were two secretaries. He will check my pulse and he will check the pulse of my colleague, and if it's okay, we will allow him to check the pulse of the great saint. So he sit first, and Dr. Dube, he was telling him in details, you have problem of gas, you have problem of stomach. This Sheikh Marwan was totally shocked. How you know all this thing? And his colleague same. He was telling him, you have this, you have this, you have this. Okay, we agree, and we will accept that you will see the saint and you will check his pulse. He checked the pulse of this saint. I would not tell what he saw, because maybe it is good that we will ask him what he saw on and what he read on the pulse of this saint. But he told me a very great things. Just by pulse he discovered how much this person is so saintly man. Okay, also I remember one of these stories. We went for interview on Al Jadid. It is a TV chain, very famous, and the speaker was with us. She will do interview with him, and she was pregnant. So before going to the interview, Dr. Dube, she was challenging him. Do you know what I have? Because she has done already echo, and she know very well what she has on her stomach. So Dr. Dube took her pulse, and she said, you have twins, one girl and one son, one kid. She was totally shocked, and it was on the TV. People was really so much impressed. It is a few stories from so many, because I followed and I assisted him for a long time. I want also to tell something about Dr. Dube as a human doctor, how my own experience with him and my own relation with him. He has always this possibility And that's why I was attracting by his experience, and always people came, 1, 2, 3, sometimes he can check, even in Lebanon, 100 people by day or more. And always they came sad and they went happy. Why? Because this person is not only a distant doctor, he go inside. Even by a few minutes, he can see inside what is happening with this patient, and he even always tell him the reality, the truth, but in a smooth way. Always he is giving optimistic way to all his patients. And always, also one thing, it is I could touch it in Ayushakti, in Bombay, here in his clinic, in Lebanon. Never he think about money. Of course, he should earn money, and he is still earning money because he is living from this profession. But the first attention to which he is stressing is to give first morality to his patient. Second, to be totally human and kind with them. That's why I am telling, he is not a simple doctor. He is something in his practice is spiritual. Third thing I would tell about him, my own experience. Why? I am a patient of Dr. Dube. I am assistant of him. Also, I collaborate with him in Lebanon and in Bombay. But with all these, I am patient of him. I am patient of him for these two also things, what he has, this characteristic that we have. First, he is very skilled. I can tell one story, also it's a recent story, what he told me. When he, 1 month before he took my pulse, he said, your sugar is on the border, just by pulse. And the second day, they check my blood sugar, and it was 110. So just by seeing my pulse, he can confirm, and he can see the level of sugar in my pulse. Other thing, also from 2 weeks, he was checking my pulse, and he told me, I told you, you have a little back problem, so don't carry heavy things. Why you do it yesterday? I say, how you know that I carry something? I say, he replied, it is on your pulse. I am seeing on your pulse that you have a little bit pain, so you have carried something heavy yesterday. And it was the truth. Yesterday I told him I was in the market for vegetables and for fruits, and I took papaya, etc. It was a little bit heavy. So just this event, he could see it and discover it from my pulse. How this man is so skilled on reading a pulse. He don't see only Vata, Pitta, Kapha, the dosha, but he can also precise each and every disease you have. That's why Dr. Dube, not only I agree, I give my diploma. I am Professor Lwiis Saliba, who is teaching Indian philosophy. I am teaching Indian philosophy and Indian also medicine in Lebanon, in France, in many places, and in my experience and in my research, I met at least hundreds of Ayurvedic doctors, but never I met a doctor who is so skilled on precising diseases from pulse diagnosis. If I tell this moment that Dr. Dube is one of the most renowned and famous doctors who read the pulse, I am not giving him this certificate from just because I like him, but because I observe it and I am sure it from my experience, my long experience with him as an assistant first, as a collaborator with him, and also as his patient.